What's up, guys? So this morning we are here at CMG Garage. We're gonna go over a little bit of some cars that they got here. A couple of them are my friends, one of them is mine, and then we're gonna go over Jack's car, which is one of the owners, who's going to be I'm gonna be helping him today put a motor in it, or an engine for those of you out there that don't like it being called a motor, but an engine that we built. So let's get to it. So these are all my crazy friends. Jack.
Ah, ciao ciao.
Manuel.
Ecco questo, visto?
Maximo.
Con questo qui si è stabilizzato.
Vai. Marco. Camisetta. Cami.
So these are all the guys. Jack and Max own the shop here, and we're going to have a little fun today. So like I said, we're going to take a little tour real quick. So here's our R32 GTST. What's really cool about this car is it's actually a customer's car that came in. He bought it, imported it, but actually has an RB25 in it. It's actually pretty cool. I don't see this very often, especially here in Italy. But just a nice, simple swap. Watch me struggle with them hood pins. But has over fenders, wider rear fenders, rear spats. The whole bumper is all fiberglass. Side skirts, it's all been painted by a shop here kind of locally. Roof spoiler, did a pretty good job. Steering wheel, nice old school Gretty 60 mil gauges, which are actually pretty sweet. You got oil pressure, boost, and then a temp sensor, which would probably be for oil temp. It's really clean. Got GTR passenger seat and rear seats in it. It's really clean. And we got my boy Danny's car. Check him out on Instagram. His Instagram will be like right here. But this is a buddy of mine. He PCS'd already back to the States. He's waiting on it to become legal. Yes, that's carbon fiber front fenders, hood, carbon fiber rear trunk, carbon fiber adjustable spoiler. This is the same car that was on my Instagram the other day. If you guys are looking at my Instagram. But this is a buddy of mine, like I said. He and I built the motor. It's a pretty simple setup. Stock injectors, stock intake manifold. It's got a front mount intercooler, which you see down here. Oil cooler, Mishimoto oil cooler, Mishimoto radiator. He has a high flow turbo from the UK. It's a pretty common turbo to put on the car here, so it's just a stock turbo with bigger impeller and exhaust wheel. Intake actually has a hard intake instead of the plastic intake that usually comes on these. Blitz boost controller. It is a forged bottom end, CP pistons, Wiseco rods, ARP 2000 bolts, and the connecting rod rings. The head's been cleaned, everything's been honed, line honed. It does have Tomei cams, Spitfire coil packs, running a Power FC. We actually didn't get the car on the dyno, but we'll definitely be getting it on the dyno when he gets it back to the States. Again, another friend's car, Daniel Faust. He's not big on Instagram. He does have an Instagram though, but he doesn't really get on it much. This car is ready to be shipped back to the States again, waiting on it to become legal. Yes, those are the stock wheels. That is not the wheels that he has on it. Usually he has a set of JRs that he sent back to the States. So this is a very bone stock car. Has a intercooler and a radiator and a fan. That's it. He's running the stock blow-off valve. I mean, everything's stock turbo elbow, stock exhaust manifold, everything. Pretty simple car, very clean. Can't wait to be back in the States with these guys that have it either. But today, the real fun today is gonna be this car right here. So today is gonna be all about this. This engine is a work of art. So again, another motor I helped build here. CP pistons, Wiseco rods, ARP 2000 bolts for the connecting rods. Actually has the main girdle bolts. ARP has an ARP bolt for the crank pulley after he's waiting on an AIT dampener. As you can see, clear timing covered. This is a legitimate Greddy intake manifold, radium fuel pressure regulator, radium fuel rail, Bosch 750cc injectors, R8 coil packs, Tomei cams. He actually has the Tomei cam bolts also. Everything has been gone through. Every ounce of this car has been gone through. The only thing that didn't get done was the solid lifter bucket conversion. This is the high flow exhaust or turbo that we were talking about for the other car that we built has on it. Again, from the UK, really common. What they do is they actually cut all this out in here, and I can get the stock turbo and show you guys. I can show you side by side the difference of the two. So if you actually look at that, look how big that one is. And look at how small that is on that one. So it's a huge overstock upgrade. It's gonna have a comp clutch kit, stage 2 if I'm not mistaken, flywheel. Again, shout out to CP pistons, mainly rods. Everything has been balanced in this engine too. They took everything, all the connecting rods, all the pistons, all the rings, and they weighed everything. And they tried to make it as balanced as possible without going to the machine shop. So all the pistons and rods are almost identical in weight. Basically, this thing should be able to scream at like 8,500, close to 9,000 RPMs without really having any problems. Only the best parts on this car for him. He did a really good job on buying parts. Again, there's another cool oil catch can that is just massive. Like, I'm not a small guy. This thing can't even get my hand all the way around. It's crazy. This is the company right there. Shout out to them. You guys can see that. And then he went with a Hill oil cooler. Like I said, ARP everything, ARP bolts, ARP everything, and full silicone hose kit. This is all the aftermath of all the stuff. But also he painted the engine bay. Over here in Europe, it's actually really common that these cars rust out really bad. So what he did, he actually went in and he and his buddy Max went in and cleaned out all the fender wells, all the linings, everything, and they sealed them with a undercoat that should be protected for like, what, Jack, what do you think it'll protect for, like 3 or 4 years? The undercoating? Yes. Yeah, like 3 or 4 years it'll be coated. So they shouldn't have to mess with that for a while. The plan is to make this a nice OEM looking from the outside, 450 horse, hopefully, maybe 500 horse shop car. Basically, they just want to show what kind of stuff, what kind of work they can do here, and what kind of availability they have for the Nissan community, and they just want to have a fun time. I did say I'd show you guys my car. So I have a 94 GTST sedan. I'll just show it to you guys. There it is. She is wrecked, and I'll go into this on another video. I'll make another video probably this weekend about it, but my wife's channel, I'll put it in the description. She actually goes over a little bit of what happened. So she broke her C2 on her vertebrae, and she cracked her sternum. But I have another one coming, should be here in like 2 weeks. Just impatient people driving. That's why it's really important, you guys. Keep your eyes on the road. Don't be too impatient. Stop signs coming up 100 feet away. You guys should not be rushing to cut people off and almost kill somebody. Almost lost my wife for this. So that'll do it for this little bit of this talking segment. We're gonna get into actually putting the engine in that car today and get everything nice and set in there, and that's our goal for today. So I'll catch you guys then. All right, so this is where we finished before lunch. Get the I don't know if I can extend you guys up there. Yeah, we'll see. Engine in. Gonna kind of set up for now. Gonna go to lunch. So that's where we're at before lunch. I don't know if I'll be back here after lunch. Just because we're going to go to my wife's appointment, which will be on her channel. So I'll put the link in the description below also. But that's where we stand right now. Cars up in the air. Looking real good. Looking real good with all these bad girls. But thanks for watching. I'll update you guys a little bit later.